Hi you guys, this is Lorena and I wanted just to share this awesome tutorial. But at the last minute I decided to make myself this cute little pouch bag. I told you I was running and walking and it goes across your body kind of like this, kind of like that. I don't want to stand up because I'm chubby, okay? But I made this really cool bag, and the reason I made it, and here's my orphan block. Yep. There's my orphan block, and this is scrap fabric. This is all, and I use crystals that you could buy at Hobby Lobby, and you iron these on. And this is old practice quilting. I thought this was such a neat beat, and the reason I'm doing this because I'm gonna wear this at the Houston Quilt Show. I'm so excited! Okay, I'm going to the Houston Quilt Show, and I wanted a place to put. Okay, to do the challenge myself. I needed a place to do my challenge myself, and when I go running I have to put the phone inside my spandex on my hip, and I have this in my bra, and so I wanted to make a little bag so that when I'm running I could go ahead and put it somewhere. So here are my keys, ta-da, and here's my bag. And here's my little bag that I'm going to carry around with me. I also have some pins for the Houston Quilt Show of last year, and I'm going to use this to pin my pins. I'm so excited! Okay, yes. Okay, so I'm showing you this tutorial. It's so easy, and I just added these cute little accents. You don't have to add this. You could make a button, but I just thought it would be so much fun. I'm also participating in my Orphan Black challenge. Orphan Black. So let me share, I want to do this tutorial. I want to have like a carry-on, a shoulder strap for something to hold my phone. And this is going to be what's going to be on the outside. I have this quilted fabric. And I'm going to fold it over. And I want it to kind of just fold over and hang over, and I'm going to also make a pocket. So I just have some extra fabric. So I sewed just a piece here, a square here, and another square. And then I have this bottom piece here that I'm just going to sew in this area right here. And then after I'm done sewing with that, I'm going to go ahead and trim everything off so that my piece is kind of sitting in the angle that I want it to be sitting at. So I'm going to go ahead and just get a piece and sew this piece to this piece. Alright, so I pieced a whole bunch of pieces together, kind of trying to jigger it, and I'm going to go ahead and just trim off. Hopefully this works. I don't know if it will. And the reason I did it this way is because I want this in an angle kind of high up. So this is my front piece. This is my back, my inside piece. This is what you're going to see on the inside. I gave myself, my phone is 1, 2, 3, 4 inches, and I gave myself about 6 inches wide, so I increased by 2 inches. So that's my internal fabric. Okay, so now we're going to start working on the handle. So what I ended up doing is I cut my handle 45 long, and I gave myself 3 inches wide for the handle on the outside, and the batting is 1.5 inches, just as long as the original outside fabric. What I did is I folded and ironed one side of the handle, and then what I did is I tucked in the batting into the fold area and then rolled over the other end. I went ahead and sewed it in the center, and I also sewed it twice to give it to some reinforcement and a little bit more structure. But however you do your handles, just go ahead and do them the way you like them. Now we're going to start on my pocket. Here I have a piece of pocket, and it's as wide as the top and the inside fabric, and I got myself some lining. What I'm going to do is I'm facing the two fabrics together, and I'm going to sew them, and then I'm going to roll it over and I'm going to iron it. And then I'm going to sew on top of that very edge just to give a nice top stitch to make this pocket, give it some reinforcement and some structure. Once you're doing that, you're going to get the inside lining of your pouch, and you're going to remove the outside piece of your pouch. This is where we're going to put all the structure together, and we're going to go ahead and reinforce it and stitch it right there in both ends. And this is where placement and your decisions start to come to play. Once you've done with that, go ahead and get your handles and go 1/4 of an inch over your pocket and start pinning it so that you could go ahead and sew it. make sure that your handles are nice and straight. And I'm showing you where I reinforced it in one area, and I'm going to go ahead and reinforce it on the other side. Make sure your handles are nice and straight, and make sure that they're not twisted, so that you don't have to go back and redo this once you're done this, because I had to redo it because I didn't make sure they weren't twisted. Yeah, the art of sewing. Okay, so now I'm going to do is I'm going to stuff this handle and pin it down as much as I can, and I'm going to pin all four corners and reinforce my pouch together. I'm facing the inside and the outside facing in themselves. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sew all the way around. I tend to sew 1/4 of an inch all the way around, and then if I want to go in a little bit more, maybe my stitches weren't straight, I'll go ahead and do that. But here you see me going all the way around, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch the top area, and I'm going to go backwards and forwards a couple times, and then I'm going to stop the stitching, give myself an inch, 2 inches, give or take, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite end. This is where my opening is, and I'm leaving my opening on the top because I want to go ahead and put my little tassel up there. So you remove all the pins and just make sure that your seams are straight, cut all the excess fabric off, and then I ended up going back and sewing my seams straight again, because I noticed the first time it's hard to keep a straight seam, but once you have everything together, you can seam it straight so that everything is in line. So now I'm going to turn my bag right side out, and I'm just showing you that I was stuffing it inside itself and just stuffing it back again. And once I'm done that, I'm going to go ahead and try to pull those handles out and remove all those pins, because I was getting pinned. And then I'm going to get those corners, and I'm going to try to just push them out as well as I can, because you want them to be nice and crisp. And this is just really a lot of fiddling, a lot of moving on your bag. It looks a little bit weird when you first pull it out because it's really deformed. And then you get your hot iron. Honestly, ironing just does it. What I did is you start pushing those seams out, and then you get that hot iron with a lot of steam, and just it starts straightening out and cleaning up your bag the way you want it to. And then I made myself this tassel. I have a tutorial because I used to do these for my Erin Condren planner, and I'll go ahead and link that below. And I made this little tassel that I'm going to sew on the center of my top of my seam right there that I need to close. And I started sewing where the end of the handle is, and I'm wanting to reinforce this area, so I'm going to go forward and backwards, and then I'm going to go all the way around. And what I've noticed sometimes it's just try to sew as clean as you can. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult because the fabric moves on you, but you know what, it just takes some practice. And in here I kind of went off a little bit, and I went back and re-sewed it and then stitched that area, and nobody will know. And then here you see me going back around and reinforcing it, and then I got my hot iron and I went ahead and I heated that fold so it creates memory, because fabric has memory, and this way it'll just sit nice and flat for me. And then I got some Hot Fix crystals to just kind of zhuzh my bag, and I'm going to put these crystals around some of the seam lines, the vein lines, to decorate it. And I'm going to post some pictures so you can see this bag. I made 2 of them, so I'm all excited. I made 2 of them, one with the heart feathers and one with feathers with beautiful stems. And this is what it looks like in the back. And all this is scrap fabric and with orphan blocks. So I hope you like this tutorial. I really do hope you like this tutorial, and I hope to see you at Houston Quilt Show. Houston, Houston, Houston! I'm so excited! Yes, I'll see you there. Have fun. Bye. Don't spend too much money, okay? Bye. I really do hope you like this. I hope I don't have mascara under me. I really do hope you like this tutorial. I hope you participate in the quilt.